everyone, and welcome back to Tavern Talk. We're gonna get into it, and I think we're at the Chapter 2 interlude, and we're gonna see what happens next. We've got a couple of groups of adventurers going off for quests last time, and I'm excited to see what's gonna happen this time. I hope you all have been having a lovely day or evening, and I really hope that this video can keep you company during whatever you're doing. Act 2, Starlight Sonata, Interlude, 13th of the Astral Moon. Two new people. Phew. I knew we took the right path. Who said we can't road trip all by ourselves? Liam did, I think. I think perhaps that was a rhetorical question. Whoa, dude, didn't see you there. What's up? The sky, last time I checked. It better be. It'd be very confusing otherwise. Very true. Is this your crib? It is indeed. Welcome to the Wayfarer's Inn. With whom do I have the pleasure of speaking? Polly Geist and the goodest of boys, Scott Howell. And together we are the Prank Masters. With a Z. Woo! Pleasure to meet you. I'm your humble innkeeper. Awesome. What drinks do you serve? Oof, yeah, we're in desperate need of some booze. I'm sorry to disappoint, but I don't serve booze. What? Why? The age rating system is quite harsh on such things. And I've got to keep the place open somehow. I feel you. We've all got some burdens to carry. What else have you got? Magical beverages that can enhance your abilities. It's even rumored they might influence your fate. Whoa, that's cool, dude. Like an influencer, but for fate. Fate-fluencer. That would go so hard on Moment Graham. What's, Moment Graham? We should hook you up with Milo. They can explain it all better. Innkeeper, please influence our fate before I get bored. I'm feeling incredibly depleted from this weird AF trip. Sounds like you're in dire need of some stamina. No, I think you could use something a bit more stronger than usual. No, give me your strongest potion. Technically, never mind. I think we just go Southern Brawler for her. Make it simple. I forgot to pet Andu. No. A funky drink for a funky gal. Let's see. Whoa, this is good. Very good. So good, I don't even miss the booze. Well, maybe a little bit. I'll take that as a compliment. Try this, Scott. Whoa, that tickles. Just like pickle juice. So, Scott Howe, would you like a drink as well? Nah. But you could tell us where we are and what cool things we can check out around here. You're in Zenith, the Republic of Feosa. Are you lost? Nope. At least not as long as we're having a blast. You do seem slightly out of this world, though. Oh, maybe you're onto something, potion seller. I'm not. You know, we were road tripping, supposed to be the trip of our lives, when something weird happened. We were about to take the next turn at a crossroads, then whoosh! A portal opened up, and I couldn't hit the brakes in time. Yeah, we drove straight through and ended up on a gravel road. Everything seemed different and dated. So dated. Dated? Duh. I've seen and done plenty of weird stuff, but this is a different kind of weird. So weird. No cars, only carriages and stuff. Cars? Yes. Do you mean carts? Kinda. We're like carriages, but without the horsies. I'm afraid I've got no clue what you're talking about. I don't think cars exist here, Scott. Now it makes sense that my phone has no signal either. What makes sense? We landed in the past. Whoa, does that mean we time traveled? Yeah. That's so cool. I doubt time travel is possible. It sounds more like you participated in inter-universal travel. Which is rare, but happens occasionally. Wait. So what you're saying is we are super special and lucky to have participated in such an event? Likely. Dope! This is a sign, Scott. The universe sent us here to wreak havoc. Ow! The prank masters will strike again. Soon, after a nap. Can we take a nap, Polly? Good idea. Hey, funky magic mystery pal, you better get to writing that tour guide. I'll see what I can do. Good. Do you have a room for us? Of course. Got a room upstairs, just ignore the scratching sounds and leaking water by the iron door. Don't worry, we've seen worse than that. We've got plenty of experience with sea monsters. Always hyped to meet more. See you in a bit, Yankee. Come on, Scott, let's hit the sheets. Maybe I should add some do not enter signs. Baya. Hello. Glad to see you, Baya. Thank you for having me. Now that is your friend's dispute still ailing you? Still so lonely. Lonely. I came to ask, have you sent someone to help my friends? I did, actually. You did? Yes, I sent Fable and Aura to solve the dispute. Oh. Then let's hope they'll be friends again soon. So we can have tea parties again. And I can stop being lonely. Oh. At least people are visiting my spa. That's good. Thank you for handing out my coupons. Did I hear spa? Yes. Doesn't sound like something, Scott. Ooh, I love spa things. Now, are you our tour guide, sweet bog creature? Tour guide? Do you want to visit my spa? These two are Polygeist and Scott Howell. They're currently looking for entertainment and a way back home, but entertainment first, obviously. It's getting incredibly boring here. No offense, funky magic mystery pal. None taken. Where is your home? In a portal or something. Yeah, we came through a portal, which in itself is pretty rad. But we've had the medieval tavern experience and all. And it was good while it lasted, but it's time to move on. Move on to my spa. Something like that. Which makes me think, Baya, do you think you could help them find a way back home? Of course. You can do that. But first, you have to visit my spa. Nothing easier than that. I'm in need of a facial anyways. The air here is so dry. My bog water is especially moisturizing. Wait. Does that mean we get to go skinny dipping in some hot springs? Oh yes, absolutely. My hot springs are the best. Cool. So a pit stop at your spa, then a road trip back home? You joining us for the ride, sweet bog creature? Please say yes. We'll see. First, I'll show you the portal and my spa. If you bring them to the portal, you could take a ride through with them. Might help you with your loneliness. You think so? Yes. No one's lonely on a ride with the prank masters. I'll think about it. Which portal do you want to take? The one through Avalon, full of dreams and forests? Or the one through the Twilight Chasm, a place full of dread and weird fishies? Ooh, the Twilight Chasm sounds spooky. I love spooky. I love dreams. They're so weird. Like that one dream I had where I was my own dad. Where should I lead them, innkeeper? I don't feel like he can handle spooky. The portal to Avalon is just around the corner. Through the lush forests of the Ashen Grove. The way we came, not gonna lie, that's lame. But it's the quick way home. And full of dreams, Molly. Imagine how many pranks we could pull on sleeping people. That's not true. Amazing. Then it's settled. Can't wait to show you my mud masks. Can't wait to show you the world, sweet bog creature. My name is Baya. And then she makes the little carrot happy face. That's cute. Then let's hit the road, Baya. Enjoy your trip and safe travels. Goodbye, potion seller. See ya. Goodbye, Inky. She looks the little emojis. It's so cute. I'm glad Baya could find a little comfort in those peculiar visitors. At least, I'm excited to hear the story she'll tell when she gets back. Oh, that was a quick day. Act 2, Starlight Sonata, Day 13, or I guess Chapter 13, Come Hell or High Water, 17th of the Astral Moon. Good evening, innkeeper. Good evening, Grace. Could I ask you for a drink? Anytime. What can I do for you? I'm pretty spent. Do you have something that will keep my mind awake for a little longer? I should have something that can do just that. One moment. We'll do Sparkling Nebula. Easy peasy. Lemon squeezy. Can we pet Andu? He let us? Yeah. Pet, 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 pet. Pet, 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 pet. A drink for the mind and soul. Enjoy. Thank you. This is just what I needed. Why are you still so tired? I thought you were done with your thesis. I am, which also means I need to figure out what to do next. The possibilities are endless, but not boundless, so considerations are a complicated endeavor. Have you considered a break? I have. Say, innkeeper, if you had forever, what would you do with it? I've never thought about that before. I like being an innkeeper, so I could just keep doing this forever. It's relaxing and safe, and I get to meet the most wonderful people and wizards all day. Forever is a really long time. Isn't there anything else you would like to do? I'd love to go on a road trip. I've always wanted to learn to play the harp or know I'm content. I feel like I'd love to go on a road trip. Really? Where to? Anywhere, really. See the world, the forest, the seas. Stop by each one of the 5 interplanar portals, see what all the hype's about. Would you go through? I'm not sure. I was thinking more about having a picnic and a conversation nearby, maybe a nap. I could rate them by which fruits grow around them. Now you're making me curious. Will you send me your studies? You'll be the first to know. What would you do with immortality? I would learn everything there is to learn. Every language, instrument, skill, and facet of mortal existence. I would travel the plains with my brother and learn even more, and have an infinite amount of tea parties. I'd come to those. When we were little, Hex would always make all the stuffed animals dance around our little tea table. We didn't have money for music boxes, so he just made up songs for them to dance to. He sang them to me. If I had the time, I would love to write down all those songs and invent dances for them. You should make time for that. It's your time, after all. And besides, while you don't have forever, you do have quite a lot. Even elven lifespan, an elven lifespan is nothing to scoff at, even if you only get half. Not if you got the human side of the lifespan. Oh, that's less time. It is, but I'll make the most of it. what will you do next then? I'm not sure yet. I was thinking about going to Ashfidel, the capital of the Magocracy. I heard the libraries there are 60 stories tall, and rivers flow through the sky in an exuberant display of mana. Sounds like paradise for someone like you. Yes, but Hex really wants to stay here. He likes Vesoa, Zenith, the Ashen Grove. I think he likes how quiet it is, if you would believe it. I don't think he likes the bustle of it all. You could just go without him. There's a Magocracian. Oh, that's a word that I'm not sure I'm gonna be able to pronounce. Magocracy is the word that it's based on, so Magocracian? Yeah, I think that's what we're going with. Embassy in Zoford. Their teleportation is expensive, but reliable. I don't think he wants to go back to Zoford either. And I don't want to make him. He could teleport himself then. He really shouldn't. It's quite a long distance, and he's always been awful at teleportation. He could take a ship. I appreciate the effort, but I don't think a ship would help make the distance acceptable to him. He's always going to follow me, no matter where I go. I think he doesn't want to miss out on any adventures or celebrations or funerals. You just tell him you want to go alone. But then he'd be alone too. Just talk to him, Grace. I don't want to spend our time together fighting. I just don't want him to spend it mourning me either. You should tell him that. He'll have enough time to mourn you when you're gone. Unlike life, that never ends. I suppose you're right. I'd like to leave something he can remember me by. Maybe I'll build my own wizard tower. Please do. I love those. Did you hear about the one in Moralia near Dalwell? The one with the infamous Magocracian fugitive? The very same. Seems like a wizard has disappeared without a trace, leaving his tower vacant. I've always wanted to stop by for tea, but I don't want to be rude and intrusive, so I haven't. I wonder what he left behind. I'm sure it's a collection of fascinations and other impossibilities. What did we learn about Grace? I saw that pop up. Let's look. Grace is a half-elf, but she inherited the human lifespan while Hex inherited the elven one. Grace is always reminded of her mortality, and it scares her. She doesn't want to take breaks because she feels that it would waste her precious time. She also doesn't like how Hex tries to shelter her. It's weird that you can inherit one lifespan or the other in this. It's weird that the genetics would mix in that kind of way. It seems strange. Couldn't you just teleport in to check? You can't exactly teleport in and out of well-protected places at all willy-nilly. You might end up trapped or on a whole other plane. You might. Maybe that's what happened to the wizard. Maybe. No one seems to know what happened to him or who he even was. And no one seems interested in finding out either. Isn't that sad? A little. I don't want to disappear like that. You won't. I'll tell you your story for as long as I'm around. How long is that? For as long as this world will bear me. You are very easy to bear. Thank you, Grace. Would you like to stay here a little while? Please, I've find your inn truly inspiring. Is that new? I don't remember the wallpaper being all scratched up before. Did you do that, Renu? I'll be here if you need a rubber duck. I'm counting on it. Our friends are back. Hi, innkeeper. Hi, you two. A drink, please. Or two, actually. Oh, look, he's got a little blush. Sure thing. Actually, what name are we on right now? Well, Aura is still fine. Come on, that was a whole week ago. I was busy. Want to come up with a new one now, then? Can I come up with one? Sure. How about Kumo? I feel like you look like a Kumo. It fits. Should we call him stealthy as a spider or soft as a cloud? Let's be nice. He is as stealthy as a spider. And just as cute. Look at his little blush. I'll take your word for it. Our drinks, can we get them now? Of course. What would you like? Something sweet, bubbly maybe. If you can find something that, you know. Sure. I'll see if I can find the words you're looking for. Charisma. He's a charisma boy. Let's do this for him. Something new. One, two, and then we got 3 of these. I wonder if y'all can hear my little boy quacking in the background. My little cat, he quacks. He's being very vocal right now. Oh. I poured too much defense. Why is it not pouring? There we go. Right, we give 1 of these. 2. My bad. 1,000 wins. There we go. Liquid charisma for those in need. Maybe you should try it then. Do you want to send it back? No, it's good. Glad to hear that. Fable, what can I get you? Maybe something that will make me feel like I could lift 1,000 clouds. Like I've got the strength of a dragon, or something like that. Cyrillin always says it's pretty tasty. I see, a Cyrillin special then. I think that's the Southern Brawler for sure. I think that's the only one I've made for Cyrillin that wasn't quest related. A little bit of defense and a little bit of charisma. Southern Brawler. A regular's favorite for another regular. Thank you. It's delicious as usual. That's what I like to hear. Oh, they did change their hair. I like the new hair, by the way. Oh, you do? Thank you. It looks really nice, right? Kumo braided it for me. He helped me calm down after we encountered the Mari Morgan. But I should probably start at the beginning, right? I'd appreciate that. Alright, so what happened at the beginning? The ship to Boreas? Right. I was a bit worried about the journey we were embarking on. After all, the seas around Boreas are famously hard to traverse, with all the wild magic around it and all. But just before we left Zenith, we ran into Una in the midst of an arm wrestling match against an eco. We took the opportunity to ask her for advice. Thought maybe she had traveled there before. You could have also asked me. She was closer. Right. Did she have any good advice? She did. With her help, we were able to avoid all of the dangerous maelstroms, sea stacks, and iceberg elementals. That must have been made for a very relaxing journey. It did. It was very inspiring, too. We were able to see the dancing, colorful auroras in the night sky as we drew closer. They were starless, but still breathtakingly gorgeous. I even started on a new song. It wasn't ready to be shared yet, though. I just wanted a sneak peek. Well, you should have snuck better. A new song? Can I hear it? It's not done yet. Thanks to Una, we made it to Boreas a lot faster than we had planned. We also docked far away from the typical explorer's route. It was completely abandoned by everything but nature, so if no one but us had been there before. Kind of exciting. Very adventurous for sure. As we headed inland, we were quickly swallowed by the fog that engulfs almost the entire island. It moved in strange patterns, creating I cannot talk tonight. Jeez. Creating unidentifiable forms within the mist that hungered for life. The thickets rustled as we walked by, whether moved by wind or creatures we couldn't tell. The trees were shaped strangely, with shimmering portals forming in their empty husks. Our own quiet breaths were often interrupted by shrieking sounds that seemed to come from right above us. It was almost idyllic. You got a weird sense of idyllic, my guy. Or scary. It was mostly scary. That sounds more right. I wouldn't have minded strolling around until we ran into something roaming the island, but it was a little cold, so I found a local and asked for directions. While wandering around, we came across a clearing surrounded by tall trees. Or rather, one tree, all of them were connected, intertwined with one another. Through one of their twisted connections, a waterfall with no discernible origin was flowing into a small pond. And in the midst rested a nymph. A real nymph. Oh yeah, they have a thing for nymphs. Doing taxes? She was weaving flower crowns for the fish. She was beautiful, with long black hair and skin that glistened in the sunlight being reflected off the waterfall. Her eyes were like sparkling gemstones and her smile was full of kindness. She was alright, but also the only person around. So Fable asked her for directions. No, Fable asked her about everything but directions. I asked her for directions. She was very helpful. She even gave us a gift. A gift? That's sweet. She gave us earplugs against the Banshee song, so our bones wouldn't shatter. Very helpful. Did you offer to write her a jingle in return? I did. She said if we were to survive the encounter with the Banshee, I could come back and she'd think of what she might need a jingle for. She was thinking about setting up a dragonfly expedition, so maybe for that? Who was she even advertised to? Frogs? And toads? The Banshee was our first priority, so we stealthily made our way to the lonesome lagoon with earplugs in our ears. We mostly walked and talked about our favorite dragonflies. As we finally approached the lonesome lagoon, the thick mist enveloped us. It suddenly became so cold we could see our own ragged breaths. And then we heard it, a song filled with all the sorrow of the world compressed into a single note. It sounded really nice. There was so much emotion in that song, sadness, longing, yearning, anger. We wanted to be polite and wait until she was done singing, but she just kept going, like tears that wouldn't stop. So I decided to be a little rude, stepped forward, and said, "Hello." They said, "Hello, Banshee. I really like your song." That confused the Banshee so much that she stopped. She smiled, baring a row of deadly sharp teeth. She was very nice, actually. She asked if we wanted to steal from her lagoon. When we said no, she invited us to sing along. Did you? Of course. It was kind of fun. It was. And I thought what a better time to bring up the Mari Morgan, but now. So I led with, "I bet you do this with your girlfriend all the time, right?" She suddenly looked at me with hatred and anger and then just started screaming. I was very thankful for the earplugs at that moment. I think without them, my bones might have melted. That was our cue to leave, so I pulled Fable back into the thicket of the Borean forest. Obviously, we couldn't leave it at that failure, so we looked around for a peace offering. We found some spiky pink fruits with the pattern of little ghost tortoises on them. We thought she might like them. She liked them enough to stop screaming at us, and we sat down at the side of the lagoon to talk. It's beautiful, by the way. It's right in the middle of the giant portal to the Twilight Chasm. It colors the water this deep, dark blue with swirling clouds of darkness within. There were bones floating in the lagoon too. I almost brought one for your tavern. Why didn't you? I thought you wouldn't like it. I love bones. I'll keep that in mind for the future. The Banshee actually fished up some bones to fidget with. It stopped her from screaming every time she brought up the Mari Morgan. Or Marmor, as she calls her. Turns out the Mari Morgan had been ignoring all of her calls ever since the Banshee was crowned Gaia's scariest monster by Screech. Magazine. I don't know. That's a weird pronunciation. She told us it carved a hole in their relationship, that it caused a lot of jealousy. She was disappointed the Mari Morgan cared more about some stupid popularity contest than her. We asked her if she wanted to talk about it with the Mari Morgan herself, but she said that she didn't need to apologize for being scary. She was very thankful she got to talk about it, though. She was holding it all in because she didn't want to burden Bia with all the drama. She even offered for us to spend the night at her nearby cave, which was really nice of her. Did you end up taking a nap in her lair? We thought about it, but it was filled to the brim with the riches of the dead, which was far too alluring to allow us to fall into the call of sleep. You found loot? You have my attention. What did you find? Gold, bones, skulls, jewels of all sizes, and a loop. It was broken, but I picked it up anyway. There was also a delicate silver mirror that had hearts carved all over it. Kumo recognized it as magical from its arcane markings. Melinia showed me them in some book the other day, when the wizard in Zoford showed us around his library. It was a mirror of far speech. It lets you speak to anyone on this plane, given that you've seen them before. So you called Melly? No, we called the Mari Morgan. Ah, that makes more sense. Well, I had to be the one to make the call since Kumo had never met her. When her face appeared, all I could do was stare in horror as she gazed back at me. I felt like I was back in the Ashen Grove, leading adventurers to their doom, and I just froze. So I took the mirror out of their hands. Her first words were threats of what she would do to us if we had dared to harm the Banshee. Of course we hadn't. That briefly calmed her down. Until I asked her why she wasn't here, if she was so worried about the Banshee's well-being. Avoiding the question, she instead talked to us about the state of the lagoon. She complained that it must be incredibly loud with all the tourists and whatnot. I assured her there were no tourists, at least none that were alive. So she asked what I was doing in the lair then. Honestly, I replied that the Banshee had offered us a place to stay in her cave. I quickly realized that I had picked the wrong thing to say. Her eyes started bleeding black ichor and she began cursing us out in tongues. The mirror cracked under her gaze and it started bleeding black water. It was terrifying. And then we were just supposed to sleep there, as if she couldn't crawl out of that mirror any second. After that happened, I thought that we shouldn't discuss our further plans in that cave. So I pulled Fable outside and we went for a walk. The nymph had mentioned this enchanted flower field where she collects flowers for the fish. Why would you collect flowers for fish? Boy, my boy is being loud. So we went there. I thought it might be a good spot. It was a good spot. Even though I couldn't stop shaking for a while. Though the flowers helped. As did not being alone. Was that when Kumo braided your hair? It was, yes. My hair kept falling in my face and it was overwhelming me. So he sat down and braided it away while I worked on rebuilding the loop. He said that some distraction would help. Talking also really helped. Even if I asked a lot of stupid questions. They weren't stupid, just curious. Did you have a favorite one? They asked where I learned to braid. That actually brought us further on our quest. How so? Well, I learned it from my mother. It was the only thing I feel I have left of her. It was her way of apologizing. She was never very good with words. Made me think. Sometimes people aren't very direct with what they mean. I have heard of that, yes. Like the Mari Morgan. She didn't seem angry about the Banshee outdoing her in some fear pageant. She didn't even mention it once. She only got upset when she thought we had hurt the Banshee. Or when she thought we were tourists. Or when we said we were staying in that cave. Like she was jealous of something entirely different than from some issue of Screech magazine. We talked it through and decided that we had to get the two of them to talk face to face. Obviously that would be difficult because of the distance, but I had taken the mirror with me when we left. Thought it might be useful. Ever the thief? Indeed, I used it to call Baya. I asked her to tell the Mari Morgan to come to Boreas. Fable mentioned she can teleport via plants, however that works. She can. You should try it out. It's nauseating. I think we'll pass. While I went to talk to the Banshee, Kumo picked up the Mari Morgan. She and I really connected on eyeliner techniques. When we arrived at the lagoon, they were immediately ready to claw each other's throats out. And not in a fun way. But somehow we managed to convince them to sit down. We tried to get them to talk about their feelings, but they just kept talking past and over and away from each other. arguing about an issue that didn't exist. So I had this crazy idea. I took out my new lute and asked them if they wanted to write a song together. They declined and insisted their vocals would clash, but I thought at the very least it'd stop them from arguing. Kumo helped me convince them by summoning tiny rain clouds, pitter-patter in a gentle melodic rhythm, to inspire them to give it a try. We asked them to put all of their emotions about the whole situation into a song. In the end, they harmonized together perfectly, like their voices were made for each other, and the gentle hum of my lute. It was beautiful. And a little bone-shattering, but very romantic. Most importantly, the song finally got them to understand each other. Like Kumo had suspected, the Mari Morgan was scared, not jealous, now that the Banshee was so popular. She feared the Banshee would become really busy with tourists visiting all the time. She assumed she wouldn't have time for her anymore. But the Banshee assured her she does not care about any of the tourists. Only about the Mari Morgan, and Bai, of course. We told them to talk to her too, and mentioned how much she had been missing them. They agreed to meet for a tea party in the Ashen Grove, so Bai doesn't have to travel too far. Did you invite them to your barbecue? No. After the outpouring of emotions, they wanted some time for themselves. The quest was done. It had only taken us 2 days, which is really efficient. Unfortunately, we had told the ship to pick us up in 3 days, so we were trapped on the island. So you swam back? What? No. What's wrong with you? The usual. We started brainstorming about what we could do while we waited. So I asked about the cheesecake recipe. But then I realized there wasn't anywhere to make it. They don't have any taverns on Boreas. It was a stupid idea. It wasn't. Somewhere on the island had to be something to bake a cheesecake in. Did you find something? We did, but it turned into its own small quest. First, we had to find the right place for our little adventure. We met these lovely gnomes living in their little mushroom houses, and they offered to let us use their ovens, but they were too small, so they introduced us to the local Toad Hill giant. Its kitchen was enormous, but it was easier to work in than the one that was too small. And the gnomes, the nymph, and the giant helped us gather ingredients from all across the island, so we were able to make enough cheesecake for everybody. I burned mine a bit, but when we made the second batch for the ship's crew, they were already starting to turn out better. Kumo is a really good teacher, and you're a really good student. There's the quacking. Thank you. The cake really lifted the crew's spirits on the journey back. We agreed to teach them the recipe once we hit land. Afterwards, they invited us to the captain's birthday party. They even introduced us to a traveling obelisk who sang us a song of the ancients. It showed us a shortcut through the Rhyolith mountain lane. Sometimes my eyes move faster than my mouth when I'm reading. It's very annoying. Thanks, ADHD. It showed us a shortcut through the Rhyolith's mountain range, where we met some flaming songbirds. And now you're here. And now we're here. Well, I'm glad you came back. Of course we did. I promised a good story, and you delivered tenfold. Where are you two going next? I should probably talk to Melina. She was pretty mad when I left. I guess I should apologize while I still can. Good idea. Do you want me to come with you? No, I think I need to do this alone, or rather with her. And I have to check in on Rufus, too. Maybe Hex taught her some fun magic tricks in the meantime? You left her with Hex. And with Grace. Don't worry, nothing was set on fire. I should go. But before I go, do you maybe want to do something together? Later today or tomorrow? Like a thing? Oh, like hanging out together? We could play charades with the werewolves. Oh, I think... Should we... Ooh, I'm a little nervous to choose this one. I don't want to... Alright. I think he meant hanging out as in a date. Did you? Maybe I did. Oh. Don't break his heart, Fable. Okay. That sounds really fun. Oh, yay. Oh, that's so cute. Oh, that's so exciting. Cool, I'll pick you up, or I'll see you around, or whatever. I'll see you. I'm looking forward to it. Me too. He asked me on a date. He did? That's... Oh, what? What do I do now? Do you think Archie has books on dating? Or should I ask the Hydra for advice? He probably knows about dating, right? Archie is still on his quest. Also, I'm right here. You're right. What should I do? Just go. See where it takes you. Or where he takes you. Hopefully somewhere nice. I do feel safe with him. So maybe I should try trusting this more? Mostly, I think you should just be honest with him. He seems to like you for who you are, so there's no need to hide. That's the scary thing. Why does he feel that way? Because you're very lovely? People keep saying that. But sometimes I just feel a lot lovelier hiding, you know? To me, it sounded like it's perhaps a bit too late for that. Sorry for listening in. You two were very sweet. It's okay. I also thought it was very sweet. He was very sweet. But now he's gone and I have time to think again. And I'm not sure if it was supposed to be that type of sweet anymore. I'm not sure. Maybe he was just being nice? He asked you on a date because he was just being nice? Well, maybe he felt bad for me or something. Innkeeper, dear, I think Fable might need another drink. Maybe something to untangle their thoughts, something for a quick escape from all this overthinking. That sounds good. I'll see what I can do. Strong, agility, okay. We'll go with their favorite. Tried and true. Bit of defense. A little bit of intelligence. Swift strike. Does this help? Very much so, thank you. I feel like now I can uncurl the yarn ball that is my brain. What do you think I should do? What do you want to do? I want to go on our date, and I want to get to know him better. Maybe even get him to know me better, too? Do you think he would like that? I think so, yes. It seems like you don't need our answers. You have yours already. Sometimes I just feel like I need permission to listen to my heart. Did you know that you can give that permission to yourself? I forget that every time, but I know you're right. I think I know what to do now, somewhat. Maybe I'll figure the rest out. We look. Let's go look. Fable, with their budding faith in themselves, they are beginning to enjoy new things instead of being terrified of them. They're learning how to play an instrument, performing songs, and actually letting people get close. This process will still take some time, but they've come a long way already. We've completed an entry about them. Thank you for listening to me. I think sometimes that's all I really need when I'm scared. There's nothing wrong with being scared, as long as you don't run from the things that make you happy. You're right. It took me a while to realize that. Running is so easy, you know? You always know where to go, away. But staying, you have to actually look at yourself, figure out what your part is in everything. That can be a lot. But when I was on the journey back from Boreas, dancing with Kumo to the music of the navigator's fiddle, thinking about how I would have never gotten to that point if I hadn't put myself out there, I realized that life is so much more than a constant game of hide and seek from the things that truly mean something. And I decided to stop running from life, even if I'm scared. I want to do my best to face my problems. Even though it's terrifying, I know that I'm not alone. Is this still about Kumo? No, he was never a problem. He's one of the reasons I'm not alone. Just like you. With good friends by my side, I can do anything. And I can't wait to see what you will do. It might not be as impressive as you hope, but it will be me, and I'm excited about that. Me too. I'm really proud of you, Fable. Thank you for everything, especially the great advice. That was really great advice. Maybe you should take some of it too, Grace. Maybe you should. But we all conquer life at our own pace. My personal next Goliath is going to be reapplying my lip gloss. And maybe some blush. I do feel a little pale. Can I borrow a mirror for a bit, innkeeper? Of course. There's some free rooms and mirrors upstairs, right next to the acorn chimes. Just ignore the doors with do not enter signs. You shouldn't have said that. Now I want to check. Please don't. Oh, I'm polite. Or am I? Let's hope she won't find all the nightmare creatures you have locked up there. Let's. Have you ever visited the Twilight Chasm? Not for long enough to capture any creatures. I see. What are you thinking about, innkeeper? Oh, you know, innkeeper things. Since I'm not an innkeeper at all. Right. That song you mentioned, the one you started writing on the ship. I know it's not done yet, but how about a little sneak peek? To see if it would make for a good jingle. I don't think it's jingle material, but I don't mind sharing it with you. Just keep in mind that it's a work in progress. Of course. There's a calling on the wind beneath the talk of the keep. I've heard the tales, so set the sails. Now it's time for me to leave. That sounds like a great opener. So you like it? It's wonderful. I can't wait to hear more. Me too. But it's still a little rough around the edges. I feel like it's missing something. Maybe the next adventure? Maybe. Will you let me know when it's done? Of course. I can't wait to show you the finished version. Thank you, Fable. I'm proud of you. For maybe finally finishing a song? For not running. Oh, thank you. Me too. Innkeeper, do you ever think about taking your own advice? All the time, yes. Why don't you? I don't know. It's hard, I know. But I promise I believe in you as much as you believe in me. And I know we'll both be okay. I would like that. Me too. Well, I've talked a lot today. I'll give you some space. Maybe it's time to stop running. Should I? Is it time to read that letter? Heck yes! I've been wondering what's in it. Oh, that was easy. I guess I've been wanting to for a while. Let's hope for no regrets. My dearest friend, long has it been since we've last talked. Long has it been since everything has been seared away by the cold flames of death. I wish I could still remember our last conversation, but it's a waning memory. I can only imagine how you've enjoyed running away, wishing to forget whatever was between us. Maybe you did, for a brief moment, for these 30 years. If you did, I'm writing this letter to kindly remind you of the good old times. To celebrate our reunion, I invite you to the spectacle of this century. The last day of the astral moon, welcome in the first light of the dying moon, where the realm of Tuat is just a grasp away. Are there any spirits you'd like to remember? Are you afraid of what they might tell you? Worry not. I'll be right here. Watch the sky closely on the 35th of Cassiopeia. See you soon, old friend. That is a threat. That was... I guess you've always been a fan of symbolism. But you didn't even leave an address. Very irresponsible. Ooh. Pardon? No time. Duck. Now. What's going on? Are you okay? Do you need help? Healing? Something's coming. Something big. Your next show? What? No. There's no time. Duck! Is the ground... Is everything underwater? Is everyone all right? I think so, yes. Phew, that was a close call. Could have really been dangerous. What just happened? Why is there water outside the tavern? I'd also like to know the answer to that question. I've got no clue. I was just outside the woods, drafting my newest song, when the ground beneath my feet began to rumble. Not even a minute passed and it rumbled again, and then a wall of water came rushing toward me. I didn't even dare to wait. I ran immediately, looking for shelter. No way I was gonna let my Hyegum get wet. These strings are made of real chai bean silk. And the body's ethereal bamboo. It's a rarity. that's the first thing through your mind with a giant wave rushing at you? Of course, this instrument is just as valuable as my hands. And just as versatile. He does a little heart. Is everyone alright? Grace, Dragons, you're alright. I was worried something happened to you. Oh, don't worry. When the walls started rumbling, I hid under a table and watched the water rush by the window. It was like a tsunami, but tsunamis are very rare, if not impossible, so far from the mainland into the mainland. Right, it's just so strange. Everything seems to be submerged out there. I wonder what could cause such a cataclysm. It's worrying to say the least. It's definitely too dangerous to go outside. Even the tavern is leaking. Don't worry, it'll withstand. Are you sure? I'm sure. I've gotten through worse than this. I mean, it's gotten through worse than this. Wouldn't have thought it could withstand this sort of thing, but even more so glad it did. Seems to be a simple yet very sturdy tavern after all. Just like you, innkeeper. Are you flirting with the innkeeper? Pah, me? No. Also, that's besides the point. Is it? I mean, unless... I like to work my body. It helps in a lot of aspects. Oh boy, his face. Can we get back to the point, please? Yeah, sure. The point. Right, back to the point. Did you see exactly what happened? Not really. I was listening to the whistle of the wind in the treetops, jotting down notes for my next song. Suddenly, a horde of silver-crested deer rushed past me. Before they could trample over me, I jumped on the rock I was sitting on and watched them gallop downhill. Then I saw water break through the canopies, snapping trees in half like they were shashlik skewers. I wasted no second. I turned on my heel, knowing I'd be done for if I waited just a moment longer. Then I was here and told you to duck. That sounds horrible. Are you alright? Are you hurt? I'm fine, thanks. And anyways, with whom do I have the pleasure? I'm Grace. Nice to meet you, Grace. Oh my, you're Voyage, aren't you? The silver-tongued virtuoso? Yes, that would be me. My apologies, I didn't mean to push any boundaries. But I saw you perform at Dropstone Institute's campus one time. And I must say, you pulled on my heartstrings with your beautiful performance. Oh. I did that? Yes, I was awestruck by what your music could do. It was like magic in its very own way. Music that can be very soothing in moments of distress. Were you distressed back then? A little. I don't remember exactly why anymore, but I remember the emotion. But not more distressed than I am right now. I hope Hex is safe and well. I'm sure he is. Shoot. Did you see that creature swim by? What? Where? It looked like a red-winged eel. I didn't see anything. Oh, haven't seen one of those in ages. Where's its natural habitat? Actually, the Twilight Chasm? Why is it here? Something isn't right. I'm afraid you might be correct. I'm also afraid, very much so. I don't think it's safe to go outside. Of course not. You all should stay for the night. Would that be possible? Of course. The tavern will withstand this. And a bit of company couldn't hurt. I agree. Thank you, innkeeper. Say, You with the loot. What's your name? Fable? My name is Fable. Do you play the lute, I mean? Sometimes. I'm still practicing and not that good with it yet. How about we play together? A song or two to lift our spirits and wait out the catastrophe going on outside? It's very untuned. It goes out of tune really quickly, but I guess that's a lute thing? I gotcha. Show it to me. I'll help you and then we'll jam until the new dawn arises. We unlock something about Void. Oh, he signed his name on the picture. Look at all the little... That's cute. I didn't notice that last time. Even though he's charismatic, he's surprisingly bad with people, as well as reading between the lines. Despite being self-conscious about his skills, he still chose to play songs together with Fable after the flood to lift everyone's spirits. He's also got a Hyegyun made out of ethereal bamboo and Shea Bien silk. Shea Bien silk. I'm not really good. I do believe those are Korean though, if I'm not mistaken, but I'm not sure. Blub blub, sleep with the fishes. Oh, it's actually underwater. I wonder what happened to our little sheep and our little dragon. Oh, the dragon's up here. Okay, we're good. Where's the little sheep though? Alright. Well, I guess we're gonna end on that cliffhanger, y'all. I hope you enjoyed this episode. I don't know if it was quite as relaxing as usual. We got some action and adventure going on. Next time we'll figure out why the Twilight Chasm might have flooded the world. I'm not sure. And we'll hopefully some adventure will help fix the water levels. But regardless, if you've made it this far, I hope you like and subscribe, and I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope it kept you company, and I hope you have a good day or evening. Hope the rest of your week is good, and I will talk to you all next time. Goodbye.